I'm drunk wicked.
Excellent. Attaboy. Come here, sissy.
It looks like Complexity hasn't really made their presence be felt in the yard. So Blight gonna start poking up here. I actually got custom uniforms made up for all of the teams of the ESEA LAN. So there are uniforms for EG and Pandemic as well. You know, while we're in the off season, I might go back and redo some of those matches and highlight some more action from the LAN. But this video's you know, best of 3 series for the whole playoffs. There's quite a lot of Team Fortress, and you know, people were watching it live. There's some live shoutcasting coverage. But it's a lot of footage to go through and make post-productions on. So I was hoping to get a lot of it done, but it might end up being less than I foresaw. Now the Uber from Complexity here putting a stop to Blight's attempt to capture. Blight Uber's back though. Got a good opportunity here. One of the Blight soldiers coming in, trying to chase down Pure. Actually, Rocket pushed himself backwards. Back cap going on here, but looks like the Spire's going to be safe. Yeah, they just cap the Spire, negate that back cap. Pokey here going, heading towards the point. Solid Snake is down for Complexity, as is Pure. And looks like nobody's back here to stop this. So a very smart heads-up play by Pokey. And actually, when he got that cap, he was the last one alive. So just going back to the topic of these being a lot of match footage and a lot of intense action that I want to make sure to, you know, highlight correctly. We're just going to be doing the first half of this map as for this episode of eXtelevision, and then I will be finishing off the second half of this map in the next episode. So be sure to check back for that soon. A lot of spam coming in here. Blight taking a good amount of damage. Dummy's pretty lit. Seagull goes down, but Oakblade cornering out Solid Snake, taking him down. Score is 2-1 Complexity right now. But looks like Blight's got a pretty solid hold on this. Scout coming up from behind, and now it's Grieve who shows his balls. And well, I guess he didn't have Uber yet, so he couldn't have popped it even if he wanted to. But was real lucky not to get taken out there. Now the Uber from Complexity. Carnage picking off O-Played before the Ubers go off. Still kind of taunting the soldier on the point. Here comes Complexity back out now that Uber is faded. And Pokey and Sequel doing a really good job of tag team and Relic there, but both of them go down after the fact. Too many Complexity players focusing in there. Now, as important as the Uber is, the moment immediately following an Uber is also so very crucial, because if both teams pop their Uber at the same time, then you know exactly when the other team's going to be vulnerable. So if you can kind of pressure them while your own medic is escaping, you can really put a lot of pressure on teams and get a lot of results. Both teams just filling this out, but Complexity's going to have Uber a good amount earlier. They're not pressuring with it right away though, so probably won't factor into anything. Maybe coming out of house here. Looks like the whole team's going Valley. Smart call. Jaeger was there first, and must have been telling the team to join him. Unfortunately, they were a little late. A lot of pressure on the medic though, so Pure having a pop. I think this is the first time I've ever seen an Uber battle outside of resupply. Not really the best part for Complexity, as the team could push out, but it looks like they cycled their spawns and went back to the last point. Grieve not really having enough support to be able to fight out of the resupply, and not really where you want to be. You see they're coming out of bats now. But Grieve just healing Sequel as Seagull drops back. The partnership between Seagull and Sequel really making me enunciate today, so hopefully you guys aren't getting too confused. Looks like Blight's got all of their numbers back, ready to defend. We got somewhere around 10 minutes left in this half, maybe a little less than that. Carnage's sniper here, just not seeing any targets except for those stickies, so just going for him, but really making short work of him. Now a soldier trying to flank him. Team must have called out that Carnage was there. Going for a little sniper. Let's see what he can do. Gets a shot on Seagull, but Seagull finishes him off with a rocket and flees back with 23 health. Complexity now starting to work their way into upper lobby. Just the soldiers though, as Solid Snake's doing his own work. Gets connected with the medic though, but actually really close call there. He was down to 23 health. That rocket, if it was just a little closer, probably would have finished him off. Pressure here from Blight now. Pure's going to have to pop here a little early, but Grieve kind of out of position. Sequel goes down, and Seagull had gotten killed earlier, so without their soldiers, forced to pop on the Demo Man. And Complexity's not really pushing in right now. They use their Ubers as well, so things are close to even. Seagull coming out of spawn here, so that'll help bolster Blight's defense. And they're almost up to full strength, as is Complexity. Of course, Solid Snake still has to run back from the spawn point. Carnage trying to snipe down low here. Not seeing anything yet. Oh, very nice snipe on Oplade. Getting him right as he was going around that corner. Now Anime working out from the side. Comes up and jumps on Sequel, kills him. But I'd trade a scout for a soldier any day. Carnage now getting the full body shot on Grieve. Takes him out. Only 2 up for Blight, but Complexity's still taking this kind of slow, making sure that they're going to get it right. And Dummy and Pokey combining on the point. Closing things off. Maybe too slow from Complexity. Oplay doing a really nice job getting in there, getting that final little bit of damage that Pure needed to go down. And Carnage with a body shot. A lot of intense action here, taking out Seagull, who's way lit up. But Seagull comes out there and just finishes him off with a shotgun. And Relic trying to come in with the equalizer, but now Blight's back up to 5 people, and Complexity's going to have to take their time assessing the situation and attacking on last year. And looks like that was Oplade who was out on the spire, trying to get a cap, but then Complexity showed up and he fell back. It's a smart move. Carnage sniping again here, working this main hallway. Pretty much, it's a very great location for snipers, and pretty much the only place you can snipe attacking. Sometimes you can work those cracks up in the upper lobby, but tight angle up there. And if you get behind these barrels, you can look up there. Let's see what he can see. Oh, another pick. Huge work by Carnage, putting his sniping skills to work. Unfortunately, couldn't save Anime there. If he had taken out Oplay, they would have had the cap. They get it anyways. Complexity going up to 3-1 against Blight here in this first half. Just about 5 minutes left. As I said before, we'll be checking the second half action in the next episode of eXtelevision, splitting this map up. As you can see, Solid Snake running Sword and Shield here. He had some success with that on Granary, which even though Blight won 5-2, Solid Snake was doing some pretty awesome work with the Sword and Shield. Jump up here from the Blight soldier. Blight doing a good job getting the point. They almost have the cap sealed already. Here comes the sword. Nothing yet, but Grieve is isolated. Oh, and that long reach coming into play. Solid Snake chops his head off. And then a nice pill as he falls back, helping out Pure stay alive and taking out Seagull. And Pure with the Kritzkrieg, which unfortunately might not work out so well with the Sword and Shield. Relic and Jaeger will be meeting up with him again soon, so hopefully they can utilize that Kritzkrieg. Blight pushing Complexity off of Spire, and Pokey getting Anime Man right before he got into choke. See, the soldiers here are formed up for Complexity, so we might see this Kritzkrieg fairly soon. They were thinking about going through House, they were thinking about going through Valley, but it looks like they pulled back to choke. Actually, Valley or House could have worked out pretty well for him. Wow, excellent shot from Pokey. I didn't see that in my recording, otherwise I might have drawn that out. Third person. Kritzkrieg not really doing much for him there. They got one kill against Pokey, who was just too close. But nothing else coming together. Just the crit rockets barely missing. You can see Solid Snake here getting under the bridge. Nobody has seen him yet. He's waiting. Here's the team on top. Cap and sees how many people are up there. Lands a couple nice stickies and corners. Grieve takes him out. It's a big loss for Blight's offense there. They're kind of going to be put in a holding pattern. Let's see what Complexity can do with this.